Velia Lala. I am at Artel Museum and Gallery in Pensacola on Halifax Boulevard. Amidst all the craziness of the coronavirus pandemic, I thought I would give you a virtual tour of my solo show that I was honored to have been chosen through a juried competition. So we're in the vault at the Museum and Gallery in Pensacola. So come on in and join me, and I will show you around with some of my artwork. My career in my life castings and my works of the body has been named Imperfection or Beauty, and you'll see that with my signage around a lot of my sculptures. I love working with the human body, which, to give you a little bit of knowledge on what I do, is this was a model that I had come in, and I mold the model, cast them after they leave, cast the mold in certain products that I use. You can see with the products that I do use, you can see the texture of the entire body, wrinkles. This one has 13 different layers of dry brushing and molding and buffing so that you can see the features as they are on the person. Every one of my life castings are totally different, and I'll show you as I go around, but that is where my passion is, with working with the human body. And then you'll see also, I'll show you some of the paintings that I've done from either photography that I've taken over the years or just from my crazy creative mind. I am not an artist that stays in one box, and you'll notice that as we walk around, here, there, and everywhere, and whatever pleases me at the time, and hopefully you'll find something you like here as well. These are my door panels, and a lot of my clients use them as headboards now, or this is a pair that I actually had my collection at home, and I'm remodeling my home, so I'm moving a few things out. It's a lot of fun. It's layer upon layer. These were fashioned similar to some of the pieces that I was commissioned to do at Henderson Beach Resort in Destin, Florida. They're very large pieces, and I love working with large pieces. I'm trying to kind of get back into working with some smaller pieces, but these are a lot of fun. It's a whole lot of fun. This is another piece that goes back to my life castings. And as I said, it's all art. Each piece is made with different coal casting forms, is what I work on now, but any of them can be made into bronze later on. This is my new venture, is working with making resin sculptures. These can be vases, they can be trinket holders, or they can simply just sit as a sculpture on any counter or desk that you want. They can be poured in different color schemes. Again, I'll show you more as we walk around. These are my free form standing ones. It's all experimentational for me, and a lot of what I do is dictated by what I'm listening to that day in music. These had great sound waves working in the background. They're not too terribly heavy, but it almost looks like glass on any one of the pieces that you're going to see around. Then you're going to see in the bottom, I've got my spa retreat designs. It's supposed to just make you feel relaxed and serene, thinking of yoga, thinking of, like I said, relaxation, spa time. Another one of my sculptures, this one is lots of gray and silver tones. Matt is my wonderful photographer friend with Stone Sharp Images. He's behind the video and the camera, so shout out to him. He and his wife and Shanti just came back to our area, so I'm lucky enough to have him here with me today, and he'll be editing and all this. So make sure you look in our notes below and check him out if you want any photography done or if you want videos done for your real estate, your weddings, what have you. So I gave you a plug, Matt. You'll notice with a lot of my artwork, I do high color. It is a lot for me to simple it down to the serene colors down here, but I just like the vibrancy of everything. And a lot to do with the music I listen behind my work. And this was a piece that was a lot of fun to do. It was several days in the making. You look at it and people were like, oh, you threw paint all over the place. And I did do that. But then you have to come back in and refine it and get your lines and your pattern and where your eyes want to follow. So without deviation was a lot of fun. This is Pirates Cove. This is a new series that I did with my blacks, and a lot of my mica powders go in these. These are a lot of fun because I love the color schemes. It was some new products I was using, and I love the black background. You have some muted designs on it, and then you also have resin overlay on some parts, but not all. That was my dark. This, if you look, this is kind of going into my black and whites. This is a nice, have a nice model for that one. It's not a hard job when you're working with this, I can tell you that. It's a lot of fun, a whole lot of fun. And you meet a lot of great people along the way. This is one of my favorite black and whites. It's called White Nights, and actually it was from my idea came from the movie White Nights with Baryshnikov and Gregory Hines, the tap dancer. Love that movie. And I've created a couple pieces like that. This is the last one I have left in the series. So it is available, as are any of the pieces in here, for purchase. This piece right here was my first piece that I had done as a freestanding form with a couple. And it's a very thin base in the back. And it's just something that was really cool. I got a couple of friends of mine to model for me, and I like it. It's a little bit different and very reflective of a couple together and passion. He's definitely protecting her and holding her in his embrace. So I love that one. Love that one. This, I was in London, and this is where I studied my second course with life castings. She's a Brazilian beauty because she was a Brazilian model. Ken Clark was my instructor. I took private lessons there with him. This particular one is not for sale, as we worked on it together, but I do have artist proofs that I make from her at a limited amount, and we've gotten several out as the collectors have in the St. Petersburg area, in East Florida, and a couple other places. So she is my all-time favorite wall standing life casting. These two are my fun, quirky ones. She is called Treasure Chest, and he is called Family Jewels. The fun thing about some of my artwork is I'll have naming parties at my house or at my studio that I'll invite friends in. We'll have cocktails and appetizers. We'll have sheets that I have printed up with numbered pieces, and no one can confer, but people will come in and they'll give me all their answers, and we'll sit around and go ahead and pick out names, and that is so much fun. I've only done a couple of them. I need to do another one coming up pretty soon. But they're a lot of fun, and it's always fun to get your friends and collectors involved in shooting some of these things with you. This is Who Doesn't Love Vouv? These are part of my happy hour collection that I just have started putting out. in the beginning, I was giving these to a lot of my clients, and then I started getting commissions for them. And when I was asked to do the solo show here, it's like, all right, well, let me show you some of these. So I'll show you these in a few minutes on the other side, but these can be sold singly, or I made this one at a friend's request on facing bottles, so you can have them as a pair, which is cool. Like I said, I am not put in a box, and I come up with some crazy ideas. So these tables were a fun idea I had for a charity auction 2 years ago, actually for Sinfonia Gulf Coast. And the fun thing is, this is the same exact table style, and it can be let down as a bistro table, and then you can also have it up as a pub table, and they can be fashioned in any color. So it's a lot of fun. You can have pairs inside or out. Oh my goodness, excuse me. And actually that's from Pensacola, so it's probably somebody here letting me know that they're here to do the walkthrough with me. A fun one with my Firestorm is with a lot of texture. I've actually taught a class on this one, and I'm sure Matt's capturing, you can see on some of the views here that it's very heavy layering on this piece. You'll see that in a lot of my work. I like to not throw away a lot of pieces of my extra that are dripping off my canvases, and that's what this is I've actually just bent and molded more of my resin that was dripping either from this piece or from other pieces, and then I'll embed them in here. You can find so many things around your home. In your kitchen is one of my favorite places when I teach a class, and you'll add that to your artwork, so never hesitate to play around with something like that. So that one's a lot of fun. And then my spring fling, this was because some of my clients were asking for some bright colors, paintings and canvases that you would have as representational of the ocean and the beautiful colors we have around here. So I started playing around with this one. If people are looking for, if artists are looking for classes that I talk to them about, and they're always asking me how I get my cells, and you'll see all the little bubbles throughout, and the little almost looks like an alligator texture, and that's simply from the processes that I use to put these together. And it's a lot of fun because I love working with different sizes. As you notice in here, there's nothing that's really, just the same anywhere you go. And look, I like different sizes, different textures, different forms, and hence that's where this conglomerate comes up and craziness in my life. This was one of my very first ones. Sue Finley was an artist that I've done tutorials with and come up with these designs. And these are so great. I try to keep them very economically affordable for people to purchase, and like I said, they are very much free form. I just, whatever the mood takes me in, however the processes are going with each piece, and they're just a lot of fun. One of my favorite is, we'll get to that in a few minutes, it's behind me, and it's a deep, deep blue one. So you'll see it in a second. Incognito this one was taken from a nude photo shoot that I had done with some models, and that's where I came up with the way she was laying. Again, I love high colors, vibrant colors, so she's one of my favorites over the years. This is again part of my happy hour collection, and I love being quirky with the pieces. This is Ravenous, so you have the rivage up here, and then you've got the intrinsic lady dancing, so you've got a little bit of here and there. My cocky is, you got a dark horse and a cock of the walk. It's just fun kind of stuff. Woodford Reserve, a friend of mine had the idea behind this one, so you take the the grape bottles, we cut them, and then this one's called On the Rocks. That one's a lot of fun. That's a whole lot of fun. Stella Bronze, she came from another charity event, Symphonia Gulf Coast again. Another two friends of mine got together with me and we did a triptych, and Stella was one of the pieces. She was in several different color schemes, and I keep being asked and commissioned for different color schemes along the way, so she keeps getting reproduced in, they're all originals, but this happened to be a bronze when I did because all the other ones sold. So a lot of fun. And then again, this was from another photo that I had. And like I said, I love working with the body. There's just nothing, God made us the way we are. Whether you are skinny, hefty, slim, tall, short, no race, color, creed is off limits to me. We are all very imperfect in our own eyes, but when your family, your friends see you, they don't see those imperfections that we see in ourselves. So that is what came about my whole series, is that again, we're so hard on ourselves. We think we're so imperfect, but our friends and our family, they look at us and we're very much perfect. So when you see yourself, or I sculpture someone, make a sculpture out of someone and make them in their own work of art, then they're fabulous. And people are, whether they're pieces cut out like you see in my Mystic Siren, I'll go back and say, when I started working with this model and it was all very much put together, no broken parts, and I started taking a hammer to it because I don't want that perfect model out there. I want it to represent, all the broken pieces we think we have, but when other people come and look at a sculpture of a person, they look at it as, oh my God, this is a magnificent piece of art. And that's how each and every one of us are as a person, as a being, as what we've gone through to get us to where we are in life. And that is where Mystic Siren came about. It's the largest piece I've ever done, but she is the embodiment of imperfection or beauty. I call her Mystic Siren because I go back to the sirens of the sea, where the sirens would sing songs to the big yacht, the big ships, and they would crash them on the rocks. Well, I wanted her to be a representation of, she was the sculpture that washed up on the rocks itself. She's a lot of fun. She is painted, you can see in any opening that I took a hammer to. Anywhere you look, you're going to be able to see different surprises, different color schemes inside. She can actually be displayed as you see her on the pedestals, or she can be displayed on a wall. My vision is that someone will purchase her one day and we will have her out by their poolside, and she will have water running through her as a water feature. But she's very versatile, and I can't wait to see that person's display space that she goes in one of these days. It's going to take a particular place to highlight her, and that's what's one of my dreams, is where's she going to go? How's she going to be displayed? So she was a lot of fun to do. She took over a year to complete, but she's my pride and joy. She's my pride and joy. This is my last two resin sculptures that I started working on this year. This one I really like. It has several layers in it, and again, anywhere you look with these, you get to see something different, something totally new, and I hope everyone gets a chance to take a look at them and enjoy what I've done. This one was a lot of fun. I cut them, I leave them crazy designs, and they're all usable, and you can put flowers, just leave them as they are. So It's a lot of fun. I never get bored with what I work on with my artwork. So if you are interested in any of my artwork, you can go to velialala.com, which is VELIALALA.com, or you can give me a call. I'll have the information listed below. And in the meantime, Artel Museum and Gallery in Pensacola is back open, and they do ask that you wear a mask and keep your social distancing, but they've got a lot of great art here from artists around the entire area. So you won't be disappointed anytime you come and see the culture that you have right in your backyard. So I've enjoyed walking through here. I hope you've enjoyed it too. I know that I'll have the display here probably another 3 to 4 weeks. So if you get a chance, come out and see the work, and otherwise go online and view all my other options that you have. Bye guys, thanks a lot. I really appreciate all my clients and all the support that you all give me. Feel free to share this, and hopefully I'll be back with a new video very soon. Artfully yours, Velia.